I have spent most of my life returning to a single question. Are we alone? The question follows me the way a faint starlight follows a clear night. It does not demand an answer quickly. It simply invites me to look a little farther. I remember standing under a dark sky and realizing how every dream, every conflict, every moment of joy or regret has unfolded on one small world. That awareness never made Earth feel insignificant. Instead, it made me wonder what other stories might be unfolding on distant planets, illuminated by their own suns. Today, we have the tools to explore that possibility with evidence rather than speculation. We can measure distant worlds, observe faint signals, and understand the conditions that support life. If you stay with me, I will guide you through the long arc of this search, quietly, steadily, and together we will explore what the universe might be trying to teach us. The question itself may appear simple, but its influence reaches deeply into how we understand ourselves. Throughout history, humans have looked for meaning in myths, philosophy, and religion. Answers varied, yet the longing behind them stayed constant. Only recently have we been able to take this ancient curiosity and examine it using the tools of astronomy. When NASA and ESA began discovering planets around other stars, the question shifted subtly. It was no longer merely, are we alone? But how would we know if we were not? That shift matters because it moves the conversation from imagination to observation. With each newly identified world, many rocky, many within temperate zones, we gained evidence that planets like Earth are not unusual. The more we learned, the more reasonable it became to imagine biology existing elsewhere. This did not prove anything, but it widened our perspective. It reminded me that our planet is not the entire story. It is one chapter in a universe containing countless opportunities for life to begin. Perspective can be a powerful teacher. Humans often treat Earth as a stage built solely for us. Yet from orbit, the planet appears as a small sphere wrapped in thin layers of air and water, vulnerable but resilient. Astronauts describe seeing it without borders, without tribes, without history carved into its continents. When Voyager 1 sent back the pale blue dot, that tiny point of light carried the weight of every generation that ever lived. Observing Earth from afar makes our divisions feel temporary. It encourages a quieter understanding of who we are. One species, sharing one habitat, drifting through a galaxy filled with hundreds of billions of stars. This shift in perspective is at the heart of SETI. Many people assume that SETI is about expecting visitors or preparing for dramatic encounters. It is not. For me, SETI has always been about listening. Technology creates signatures, radio emissions, optical pulses, patterns of energy that do not arise naturally. If another technological civilization exists, even one far older or far younger than ours, it may leave traces of its existence in the sky. SETI simply tries to detect those traces. We use arrays of radio antennas, sophisticated algorithms, and increasingly powerful computational techniques to examine small portions of the sky, one frequency at a time. Searching this way teaches us humility. Our own technologies, communication satellites, radar systems, deep space probes, send faint signals outward. Voyager 1's whisper of a transmission, still detectable decades after launch, reminds us that even fragile signals can travel interstellar distances. When we listen for others, we begin to understand how we ourselves appear to the universe. We become observers and participants simultaneously. Despite our efforts, the sky remains vast. The Milky Way alone is broad enough that a signal travelling at the speed of light would need 100,000 years to cross it. The nearest galaxy is 2.5 million light-years away. These numbers reveal why silence does not imply solitude. Signals require time, and civilizations may rise and fall long before their messages reach another world. When I say that SETI is the archaeology of the future, I mean that a detected signal would be a fossil of a distant culture, evidence that technological survival beyond our present challenges is possible. This leads us back to Earth, because Earth is the only example of life we can study directly. Geological evidence from ancient zircons shows that once the planet cooled, life appeared quickly. It did not wait for perfect conditions. It emerged as soon as water, energy, and chemistry allowed it. The fossil record reveals resilience rather than fragility. Microorganisms adapted to deep ocean vents, frozen deserts, acidic springs, and environments dripping with radiation. These extremophiles tell us that life does not cling to narrow conditions. Instead, it expands into every niche it can find. Understanding this should influence how we imagine life beyond Earth. If biology on our own planet is diverse and tenacious, then biology elsewhere might be equally flexible. Yet the greatest lesson from Earth is about time. Life dominated the oceans for billions of years before anything like a human existed. Our species occupies only the thinnest slice of that timeline, and our technological era is younger still. When we look at ourselves honestly, we see not a pinnacle, but a moment, a brief example of what evolution can produce under the right circumstances. This realization becomes crucial when we consider why SETI matters. Even if we never detect a signal, the act of searching helps shift our mindset. We live in a world fractured by borders, ideologies, and histories, yet all of these divisions dissolve when viewed from a cosmic perspective. SETI encourages us to imagine humanity as a single community, Earthlings. When we try to understand whether intelligence exists elsewhere, we also ask whether intelligence here can endure. A signal from the stars would demonstrate that long-lived civilizations are possible. But even without such a signal, the search prompts us to think about our own longevity. The tools we build reflect that aspiration. The Allen Telescope Array, designed to expand gradually from dozens to hundreds of antennas, represents a new approach to observing the sky. It transforms radio astronomy from a handful of large dishes into a network of small flexible instruments, guided by advanced software. Each configuration allows us to examine more frequencies, more targets, and more patterns than ever before. Kepler, TESS, and newer missions broaden our context by showing us the diversity of planetary systems. Algorithms capable of finding faint, narrow-band signals reveal details that the human eye could never isolate. Through all of this, I am reminded that SETI is not a solitary pursuit. It is a collaborative project requiring global participation. Students analyzing open datasets, programmers developing new detection methods, teachers introducing cosmic perspectives to classrooms. Each plays a role. I often imagine a future where anyone, anywhere, can contribute to the search, turning the entire planet into a listening post for the cosmos. When people ask what discovery would change everything, I understand their curiosity. Finding a signal would transform our understanding of life and intelligence. It would show that the story of the universe is not limited to us, but the deeper truth is that SETI already changes us. It urges patience, cooperation, and humility. It encourages you and me to think beyond our immediate moment and to imagine humanity's place in a much larger narrative. In this way, the search becomes both outward and inward. Outward, because we look for other civilizations. Inward, because we confront what it would mean to share the universe with them. The act of searching reminds us that our differences on Earth are small compared to what we share. Whether someone is born in San Francisco, Sudan, or near the center of the Milky Way, we are all the result of stardust that learned to ask where it came from. As our time together draws to a close, I return once more to the quiet question that began everything. Wondering whether we are alone does not diminish the value of life on Earth. It expands it. It teaches us to see this planet as part of a broader landscape, where intelligence might arise in many forms and at many times. SETI offers a way to explore that landscape carefully, using the tools of astronomy and the patience required by cosmic distances. Whether or not we detect a signal, the search invites us to think more deeply about survival, cooperation, and our shared identity as Earthlings. Thank you for listening with me, for allowing space in your evening to reflect on these possibilities. In a universe so vast, simply choosing to listen is an act of curiosity, and perhaps the first step toward connection.